Job interviews can be really stressful, but using the right phrases can help you impress the interviewer and get the job you really want. In today's video, I'll show you important phrases to introduce yourself, talk about your experience, and make a great impression. These phrases will help you feel more fluent and confident and get you closer to getting the job. Are you ready to do well in your next interview? Let's get started. Our first set of phrases are things you can use at the beginning of the interview, the introduction, before you start speaking about your skills and work experience. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I'm really interested to learn more about the position and how I can contribute to your team. I appreciate the chance to speak with you about how my background fits this role. And finally, it's a pleasure to be here. These are all phrases that you can use. For example, after the interviewer has said hello, thank you for being here. These are some good ways that you can respond. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today, and so on. Now, you've introduced yourself, and usually the first thing you need to talk about in a job interview is your experience. So here are some things you can say. I led a project involving, which improved. So where I paused there, you need to insert the relevant information. For example, at X company, I led a project involving, and the task or project, which improved, and then you say the outcomes. So this is a good structure you can use. Where you worked, what you did, what the result was. And you'll notice that this is a pattern we're going to use throughout this video. My role at included, and I developed strong skills in. So my role at your previous company included the responsibility that you had, and I developed strong skills in the skill that you developed as a result of that responsibility. If you want to talk about an achievement or an accomplishment, you can say, one significant accomplishment in my last position was, which demonstrates my ability to. So you can see how we're linking the experience, the achievement, with how you've benefited, what you can do now as a result. Finally, you can say, I have over years of experience in, including, which has honed my expertise in. If you hone your expertise, you improve it, you develop it, you make it better. So you say how many years experience you have and the field of work the experience is in, including a specific task or a project, and the skill you have improved as a result of that experience, task, or project. Now let's move on to talk about skills and qualifications. I am proficient in, which I utilized to. If you're proficient in something, it means you are very, very capable. You're experienced, you're good at doing that particular thing. So then you can say how you utilized it. Utilized is just a more formal way of saying used. So what is that skill that you're really good at, and how did you use that in your previous or current role? My experience with has equipped me with the skills necessary to exceed in this role. So here you need to link what your particular skill is and how that relates to the role that you're applying for. I hold a in, which has provided me with a strong foundation in. So now we're talking about your degree, your certificate, your diploma, whatever professional qualification you want to talk about, and the skill that you've built because of that qualification. So I hold a, give the name or type of certification or degree that you have, in, so the area, the field of study, which has provided me with a strong foundation in, and then say what the skill is. I have a strong background in, and am confident in my ability to contribute to your team. So if you have a strong background in something, it's a particular skill that you know very well, that you've been doing for a long time. For example, I have a strong background in teaching. If you're finding the phrases in this video useful, please take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow my channel and bring you more English learning content just like this. Thank you so much, and now let's continue with our next category of phrases. These phrases can be used to answer behavioural questions. Behavioural questions are when the interviewer wants you to demonstrate a particular desired behaviour that they have in their role profile. Behaviours might be things like problem-solving skills, communication, collaboration, these types of skills that you need to demonstrate. And for these questions, it's always good to talk about how your experience relates to the skill, so you can really demonstrate that you have that particular skill. In a previous role, I faced, and I addressed it by resulting in. So here you're saying the challenge that you faced, what you did to address the challenge, to solve a problem, and then what the result of that was. What was the positive outcome of your actions? I managed a difficult project by ensuring that. So here you'd want to give more details on what the difficult project was, but the idea is you're saying what you did and what the result of that was. One example of a challenging situation I faced was, I handled it by, which led to. So again, you're saying the challenging situation. I handled it by, so what did I do? Which led to, what was the result of my actions? When dealing with a tight deadline, to ensure everything was completed on time. So this is if you want to demonstrate your time management skills, a time that you've worked to a tight deadline, you've had to get a task done quickly or in a short amount of time. How did you manage it? What did you do? I resolved a conflict with a colleague by resulting in. So this is if you get asked a question where you need to demonstrate that you've dealt with a difficult colleague and what you've done to resolve the conflict. I resolved the conflict by, so what did you do? And it resulted in, what was the result of your actions? Next, we've got some phrases to express your enthusiasm for the role and to show the interviewer that you think you are a good fit. My experience with and my interest in make me confident that I would be a valuable addition to your team. So your experience, you're going to state the relevant skill, and your interest, ideally you want something that aligns with the company's values or goals, and that's what makes you a valuable addition to the team. I'm enthusiastic about this position because it offers the opportunity to, and then take something from the role profile, some kind of task or opportunity that the role will present you with. I'm impressed by and I'm eager to contribute to. So for this one, you might want to pick a company achievement or a particular project or goal, maybe a mission statement that they put on their website. And I'm eager to contribute to. So saying what aspect of this project or goal or achievement you feel you could contribute to. Eager is a good word to use in interviews because it shows that you are enthusiastic. I'm eager to help. I'm eager to learn. I'm eager to be part of the team. Another thing you might want to do in an interview is ask questions. Here are some good questions that you can ask during the interview. What are the most important qualities you're looking for in a candidate for this role? This is a good one to ask because then you can address the qualities that they tell you by talking about your own work experience. Can you provide me with some more details on the day-to-day responsibilities and key projects in this role? Once they give you the responsibilities, you can also choose to address them if you think it's appropriate. How does the company measure success for this role? This is a very good question because it shows that you care about success. You care about doing a good job. You want to know how they measure whether you have been successful or not. What opportunities for growth and development does your company offer? This is an important question to ask if you care about growing professionally and building in your career, and it also shows that you are serious about the job. What are the key challenges the team is currently facing? I like this question because it shows that you are aware that there might be things that you need to learn, challenges you might need to deal with immediately when you assume the role. So it's a good one to ask, and I think it can often impress the interviewer that you've thought about these kinds of things. Finally, let's finish with things you can say at the end of an interview. Thank you for considering my application. I'm looking forward to the next steps. Please let me know if there's any additional information I can provide. Thank you for the opportunity to interview. Any one of these phrases would be a great way to politely and formally end your interview. So we've looked at phrases for the interview, but what about after you get the job? You will probably need to write professional emails. If you are wondering how to do this and you want some useful phrases that you can use, I recommend that you watch this video next.